Good morning. It is 7:31 a.m. on Tuesday, August 3rd, 2021. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Once again, it's been a very slow-moving morning because I'm feeling pretty blah today. Um, Most likely culprit is allergies, just from all of the itchy eyes and postnasal drip that contributes overnight into a sore throat, probably just from making me breathe through my mouth. I mean, I'm not feeling overly congested or anything, but just like, ugh. We did record Watching 100 Movies finally last night. This was an episode kind of long overdue. We just kept having to push it back for a variety of reasons, but we finally recorded it last night. So we talked about Richard Donner movies, Superman, The Goonies, and Lethal Weapon. So you should be able to find that on my YouTube channel right now. It'll be one of the little links here at the end of the movie, at the end of this episode. Now it's a fun conversation just because, like, of those three movies, I think Lethal Weapon was the one that I personally had the smallest amount of affection for, even as I can recognize it as hugely influential in the buddy cop movie, cop action movie subgenres. It's unquestionably influential in that arena, and it's pretty good, but just not one of my favorites in that way. But Superman and The Goonies are both huge touchstones for me. For Mike, Goonies is, but Superman less so, because he's just not into superhero stuff as much as I am. Um, Although I'm pretty into it, so I guess that's a high bar. But in any case, it was a good discussion, and so that was nice to finally have that conversation. I have also started a rewatch of the Avatar: The Last Airbender series because I'm so excited about playing in the Avatar Legends role-playing game that I mentioned that I'm doing on Sundays all this month. And yeah, it was just one of those things where it's like, okay, well, my character's going to be Kyoshi Warrior, and so episode 4 is where they meet the Kyoshi Warriors, at least the first time. And so I could watch that. But then again, also our campaign is going to be going through the Earth Kingdom a lot, and that's mostly season 2. So should I watch season 2? Oh, well, I guess I'm just watching all of it. But, hey, gosh, an excuse to rewatch one of my favorite animated shows of all time? I'll take it. And it's just so easy. It's on Netflix and that sort of thing. So, I've kind of briefly paused um, my watch through of Deep Space Nine, which is not a rewatch. I'm watching that for the first time, but I kind of put that on pause while I go through Avatar: The Last Airbender. Although it does make me wonder if I should go ahead and pick back up on my Legend of Korra um, videos, because it's been a while since I did those. But so if you don't recall, on Sundays I used to have Sunday be like a cartoon episode rewatch, or a discussion about a cartoon episode every week. And I stopped doing it kind of midway through Legend of Korra season 3 just because I was feeling, I don't know, it had started feeling like I was not looking forward to it. And I don't think it was even a reflection on Legend of Korra, because that's a show that I like, and I would easily just put on another episode to watch it. But I was feeling burnt out by discussing it for whatever reason, and so I decided, you know what? These videos that I do are 100% voluntary. I don't have to do them if I don't feel like it. And I like doing them generally, but that particular format was burning me out. Which actually just has me thinking a little bit, because I've been thinking a little bit too recently about websites like the AV Club's TV discussions where they have a post for discussion of every episode of a variety of different shows, but also this need in their format to give every single episode an individual grade and constantly be checking in to say, do we think that this show's still good? Is it still good? Was it as good as it was before? What about the last season? Is that as good as it was before? Well, what season do you think is the best? Well, which episode is the best? You have to pick. You have to choose. And if you don't take a hard stand, you won't get enough clicks. And that attitude towards media criticism just drives me crazy. I mean, I know that with watching 100 movies, Mike and I we started with this AFI's top 100 list, which to some extent is, is a ranking in that regard. And then we kind of went through and did our own rankings. But we talked about on a routine basis how it's such a subjective thing, and you might rank one movie over another on one day and then switch them back the next time you watch the other one, and it's all very fluid and based on mood and subjectivity and just preference, and I just feel like the impulse to feel like, well, no, if you're not prepared to say that every episode of season 4 of a TV show needs to be placed on a strict tier ranking where, okay, maybe episodes 4 and 5 are the best, but that run through 6 through 10, just the worst. I just like that. I find that exhausting. I mean, I know it's common on the internet these days, but woof, ugh. That's my take. Yeah. So, obsessively grading every individual episode of a TV series, I'm going to give that a C-, because I guess I can still see where there's some appeal for folks, and it's obviously a forum for discussion, but overall I think the framing device that they use is off-putting enough that I generally won't engage with it. All right, so I'm going to leave it there, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.